Hey everyone, this is Austin-Sensei, and welcome back to another Highschool DxD manga review. I know I skipped Volume 10, I'm going to go to 11, but with this, I'm going to quickly run through what happened in the manga and give you like the vital points of everything, then talk a little bit on certain points. But anyway, so Volume 11, going through it, it's actually the missing chapter that we were supposed to get in the anime, believe it or not, and we got it in the manga. And when I say in the title the last manga, it's actually not getting another volume for the simple fact of the way it ended. So as I said, spoilers ahead. But so this battle is between this chapter is all about, more than one chapter of all the chapters, but this is the Saatchi versus Grimoire rating battle. And quite honestly, I think if they animated this would have been one heck of an amazing freaking thing. But we didn't get it. We got a completely different thing. But nonetheless, they made it work, and I'm very happy with Passion doing that. But either way, this chapter, volume was really well done. And seeing, everyone actually slowly understanding how their importance to their family is quite amazing. And we had Issei. I love how people always say Issei is just ridiculously overpowered and doesn't, get beaten that easily. But, that doesn't happen in this. He actually gets his butt handed to him because he isn't that overpowered character. And it's just, I wish people would actually listen for once, but they just openly say anything what they want. But anyways, getting back to the actual fight, I'm going to talk about Saji versus Issei, and Saji's actually the one that defeated him, but was later on for the simple fact that he used another line to drain Issei of his blood. And if you don't know, if you lose blood, a lot of blood, you're not going to be able to keep fighting, believe it or not. And seeing that Saji was professing that what he believes, and he wants to be a teacher for his main goal of teaching newborns into hell with, his master. And he showed his, his strong will within this fight, just knowing that he cannot defeat Issei in a straight-on battle, that he was just buying his time so he can weaken Issei. And then we have Issei and Conoco kind of talking, and Conoco finally realizes that she needs to use her Nekomata power, and she uses it for good. And she's actually quite happy that she can control it, and she, of course, has that battle between she doesn't want to go where her sister was, and I thought that was a good touch in this whole entire volume. But nonetheless, we cut to, Zenobia and Kiba having their battle, and of course the queen of Saatchi's actual family, I keep forgetting her name, but she's wicked powerful for the simple fact of her gear. But without her gear, she's not that strong, to say the least. But Zenobia, this is what I wish they would have shown in the anime. Zenobia is on a new level compared to Kiba. And Kiba kind of learns from Zenobia at the same time. And it was quite interesting to see this whole battle in the parking garage. And if you don't know about the whole rating game, I thought that was cool. This is where we have introduced new special rules that they are not allowed to destroy anything in the world they are in. If they do, it's an immediate loss. And I thought that was a cool little touch because, it makes Zenobia and Issei kind of weak. And, of course, we have Akano because they all have wide attacks. And they realize that they can't use their full power because they'll lose. And then after going to the Zenobia Kiba against the Queen, quite an interesting battle, and Zenobia actually uses Ascalon to minimize the destruction that she was going to cause, and she went full power, and she had the Durandal's actual power within Ascalon and slashed at the Queen. But the Queen pulled out her mirror. If you don't know what happens with her mirror, anytime it gets hit, it doubles the power that it was hit with back at the person that hit the mirror, so causing Zenobia to get severely injured. And Zenobia, of course, was kicked out. Well, not kicked out, she was pulled out of the whole entire fight. And obviously after that we have we go back to Issei versus Saji, and Saji actually loses, obviously, because Issei did pull out his balance breaker, finally, but then after we have a confrontation with everyone, with Issei, Rias, and Azia, and Azia actually gets taken out, because C-Tree's family was smart versus Riser's, because Azia is that person you need to take out if you want to beat Rias's entire family, because she just has that Twilight healing that's so very powerful, and little did we know, this is where we realize Issei has been getting his blood drained to the point that not even Azia could save him, so he does his last hurrah, uses his good old Boo Langle, and basically figures out what's going on with C-Tree's family, and where Saatchi really is, and she's actually above everyone, and we see actually a funny moment where good old Issei looks at Azia and finds out that her good old true heart is a Tsunade. And I know I don't pronounce that right, I don't really care. But that was a hilarious moment right there. And after that, Azia tries to heal Issei with his with her Twilight healing, but the bishop, C-Tree's bishop, has the power to reverse the power, and it causes basically Azia to blow up and get her out of the match. Then, of course, it causes the bishop to lose too, and this is where we kind of see Issei slowly drift off, and poor man, he wasn't able to really save her, so Rias is now stuck fighting everyone with Akeno and Kiba and Conoco. And this is where I really love this part. This is where we see Akeno start to get real mad and use her full power, and obviously at the end we see that good old Rias wins, not a big surprise, but at the cost of seeing that Saji's a lot stronger than we gave him credit for, and we see good old what's his name, Odin, to congratulate Saji for defeating the Red Dragon Emperor. And truthfully, this is why when you're saying anyone that says Issei is just a harem character that is just ridiculously overpowered, no. He has his limitations. He's not that invincible until we get later on where he actually starts to perfect his skills. And that's when we basically look at Hero right there. And it's just, I thought this was a well done volume, and it's just really sad to see that we're not getting any more. And I get that we get one chapter per month, and that pace is very slow. It would take a whole long time to get everything done, but nonetheless, it was still a very good chapter. And I know I was kind of rambling on a little bit there, but I like how they took their approach to this, and it was quite close to what it was supposed to be, unlike Born. But seeing that Issei isn't as strong as people give him to be was quite refreshing, especially that he used his White Dragon power against Saji earlier on. I didn't want to throw that in there because I know some people that will still watch it and don't want certain things spoiled. That's actually another thing I'd kind of save towards the end, because most people don't stay to the end of the video. But you see him going all out, because Saji's going all out, was quite amazing to see that battle. And I think seeing that battle animated would have been really cool. Maybe it could be an OVA for Hero. I would love to see this battle animated. I hope they do, but of course we end up with a really happy kind of moment of Conoco sitting on Issei's lap and the girls fighting over him, and Rias ends up saying that Issei is hers. And I just thought that was just a peaceful way of ending it. Do I think there could be another couple volumes? Yeah. They left it off like they usually do with, TNK. Like, it's possible to have another season, but it's good enough to leave it off where it was. It gives opportunity. And gonna talk a little bit about this would have been the future of the anime if we stayed with TNK. We would have had no more seasons, and that's why I get really angry with people saying TNK was better. No, they would have not really given you another season. So remind yourself about that every time you say TNK is amazing. But I'm happy that it wasn't the anime that suffered the bad choices. And it seems the author kind of had bad deals dealt with him, and it cost him certain parts. But we don't know when we're going to get another season, but Season 5 isn't canceled. It hasn't even been announced, so wait a couple years for that. But anyways, I thought Volume 11 was especially a very action-packed and hilarious volume. There's certain things I didn't say for the simple fact if when you do go and read it, it'll be a good laugh. But do actually, watch or read this volume. And I do highly recommend buying the manga because it is really good. And it's one of those kind of series that are well drawn in. That's the thing that bothers me. We have Naruto that's so popular, but the mangas, comparing the drawings from the manga to High School DxD, High School DxD is so much well drawn than that, especially How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. It just makes me upset reading all the Naruto mangas to see that was happening. I mean, I read Naruto when I was in middle school and high school. I'm quite happy my library actually had those, but nonetheless, it is sad to see that this will be the last volume for High School DxD's manga series, but we do have Shinhai, which is the new light novel, and I do not know really when the translations for the English the English to be for the light novel will come out, but I'll keep an eye on that and I will alert you guys when I do find that out. But anyways, guys, this is Austin-Sensei signing out. Peace.